So here's a question that says that there's a line with the slope of 1/5 and a point, the point on the line, which is 5, -2. And the question is, which of these points is on the line? And they give you 4 points. -3, 0. They give you 0, -3. They give you -5, 4. And they give you -5, -4. There's a couple ways you can do this problem, but I'm just going to use this to kind of teach you some key elements of Algebra 1. And so here they are. First of all, the two different main ways you can write in the equation of a line is y equals mx plus b. That's called slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept form. And that's because m is your slope and b is your y-intercept. Okay, so that's called slope-intercept form. Now, do I have a slope? Did they give me a slope for this? They did. Did they give me a y-intercept? They didn't. They gave me another point, but this isn't the y-intercept because all y-intercepts have a 0 for the x, right? So that's not the y-intercept. Okay? The other form that you might want to learn and use is called point-slope form, and that is this: y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. That's called point-slope form. And you can see the point. The point is x1, y1. That's your point. And the slope, again, is m. So can I use point-slope form? Did they give me the slope and a point? Mm-hmm. They did. Here's my x1. My x1 is 5, and my y1 is -2. So if I write this in here, I can right away, I can write this into the equation of a line, and that would be y minus a -2, right, because that's my y1, minus a negative is plus a positive, right, equals m, which is 1/5, times x minus 5, because that's my x1. And there is the equation of a line. There is one equation, or one way I could write the equation of this line, of the line that they said that we have. Now, to check if these 4 points work, you literally just plug in x and y, plug in x and y, and see if it works, see if that equation is true. Plug in -3 and plug in 0, for example, and then solve that. The left side would be 0 plus 2, which is 2, and the right side would be, don't forget to do the inside first, that's -8, right? -8 times 1/5 is -8/5. Is that true? Is 2 equal to -8/5?
No.
Of course not. So therefore, this is not on the line. Okay? So now let's try the next point. The next point is your x is 0 and your y is -3. So I'm plugging -3 in for y, and I'm plugging 0 in for x. Got it? What's -3 plus 2?
-1.
-1, good. And what's 0 minus 5? -5. -5 times 1/5. What's -5 times 1/5? What's going to happen with the -5 and the +5? What's going to happen with the 5s, basically? This is like 5 over 1, right? -5 over 1. The 5s are going to cancel, but the negatives don't cancel, so you're just going to get -1. So is that a true statement?
Yeah.
Does -1 equal -1? It does, so that is a solution. And now let's try the same thing for this next point. Let's plug in, again, we're plugging -5 for x and 4 for y. So I'm plugging 4 in for y and -5 for x, and let's check if it works. What's 4 plus 2? 6. And what's -5 minus 5?
0.
It's -10.
Yeah.
-5 minus 5 is -10. 1/5 times -10, those cancel and you just get 2, right? -2. Is 6 equal to -2? No, it's not. So that is not a solution. And now let's try the last one. We're again plugging -5 for x, -4 for y. So -4 for x, or for y rather, and -5 for x. Plug them in. Sure enough, what do we get here? -2, and we already did this before, didn't we? That's -10 times 1/5, which is also -2, so that is a solution as well. Okay, so that's one way you could have done this problem. However, there's another way you could have done this problem. You actually didn't have to go through all of that if you understand the concept of slope. So the other thing you could have done is you could have taken that point, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, -2, 1, 2. There's my point, 5, -2. And you could have used the slope as a map to get to your next point. What does the map say? It says the rise is 1 and the run is 5. From every point to get to the next, you go up 1 over 5, or you could go up 2 over 10, right? Or you could go down 1 to the left 5. That's the same thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what do I want to do? Where am I at? Well, first of all, if I wanted to get to -3, I'd have to go quite a bit. To go to -3 on my x, notice where my x is right now. It's 5. My x is 5, and my y is -2. So if I wanted my, let's see, what's one example? Let's check the point -3, 0. -3, 0 is going to be right here. Is this a rise and a run of 1/5? Am I rising 1 and running 5?
No.
How much did I rise to get to 0? See where I'm at? How much did I rise? I rose 2. And how much did I run to get to -3?
7.
I ran 5, 6, 7, 8. I ran 8. Is that rise over run the same as 1/5? Rising 2, running, actually it's rising 2 and running -8, right? Because I'm going up and then to the left. So is that the same as 1/5?
No.
No, it's not. So this point, that first point, didn't work. Now let's try the next point. 0, -3. Where's 0, -3? 0, -3 is right here. What's the rise that I went? To go from 5, -2, how much did I rise? I rose -1, right? I went down 1, and how much did I run? -5. That's -1 over -5, which is what? 1/5. So that worked. So that's another way you could have checked it. Do you follow?
Yeah.
Let's try the next one. Let's check -5, 4. -5 is way over here. -5, 4 is all the way up here. -5, 4. Am I rising? How much am I rising to get up to 4? I'm rising 2 plus 6, right? Or 2 plus 4, which is 6. I'm rising 6, and I'm running. This is 5, right? And this is another 5. So what am I rising? I'm rising 6, and I'm running -10. Is that the same as 1/5? Of course not. Of course not. And the last one is -5, -4. What about -5, -4? Here's the -5, -4. Look at how much I'm rising. From -2, see how this is -2, down to -4. How much did I rise? Or fall? I fell.
2.
I fell 2, and I'm running how much? This is 5, and this is another 5. But I'm going left, right? So I'm really going -10. So the rise is -2, and the run is -10, which is the same as 1/5. And so that worked. So you could have done it either way, and there's even other ways you could have done it. But those are the two probably obvious ways. One is like the graphical way of doing it, like understanding what it means to be a slope. The slope is a map to get to the next point. That's what a slope is in a line. It shows you how to get to another point. Okay?